This is foundational. In fact, overconfidence is the heart of game. Game being learned charisma, which is what we do here. Be irrationally self-confident. This is a commandment. There's 16 commandments of Poon from Chateau Heartiste. Be irrationally self-confident. No matter what your station in life is, stride through the world without apology or excuse. It does not matter if objectively you're not the best man a woman can get. What matters is that you think and act like you are. Women have a dog's instinct for uncovering weakness in men. Don't make it easy for them. Self-confidence, warranted or not, triggers submissive emotional responses in women. Irrational self-confidence will get you more pussy than rational defeatism. This may be the most important lines of text, idea, abstract that there is in game, because this is the foundation of all game. This is the bedrock. Without this, every line falls flat. Every time you show up, it's flat. Nothing will work in game, in learned charisma, without irrational self-confidence. And the best example at this moment that it gives you an idea of how powerful is President Trump. From the minute he has hit, and we're talking like since like the early 80s, when he was just starting up in real estate in New York City, irrational self-confidence. His name on it. You don't have to put your name on a building, but you have to have the brass balls to, should the need arise, you would be more than happy to put your name on a building. It's that important that you carry yourself within yourself, irrational self-confidence. Humble men do not do well with women. You have to believe in yourself, and it will carry through everything. And this is most important. Again, one of the key sentences in here is, it does not matter if objectively you're not the best man a woman can get. What matters is that you think you are and act like you are, and she will follow along. Self-confidence, warranted or not. Again, you don't have to earn it. You can fake it till you make it. It is the strangest thing. But, there's a lot of things you can't fake. You can't probably fake being a surgeon. You probably can't fake being like an aerospace engineer. But you can fake this long enough that your reality will bend itself to, not to get too metaphysical, but you carry yourself with this irrational self-confidence. That's why it's irrational. And you will quickly see events, girls responding the way you want them to. You will be sleeping with more girls, which will cause you to have more confidence. Again, it bends reality into your favor, because no one knows. It's nobody's a mind reader, and it's the most bizarre thing in the world. But you apply this, and you apply it consistently, even for a short time, you will begin to see results, small wins. It's the most bizarre thing, because mostly, like in weightlifting, it takes, a couple months, 6 weeks, a month, 2 months to really kind of like see a little bit of results. In business, you can work for a year, 2 years and not really see any true results. But with irrational self-confidence running game, the effect on women is almost instantaneous. And it's that powerful, and it carries over into other things. But you have to believe in game and in your game around women. And when you fake it, you can make it. It just works. You know what? One of the questions is very interesting. And this is one of the things that is why shorter men, again, how can you be irrationally self-confident when you're 5'3"? That's why it's called irrational self-confidence. You stride through the world without apology or excuse. It doesn't matter if you're 5'3". It doesn't matter if you're not the tallest man she can get. What is important is that you think and you act like you've got the biggest balls of any man that she's ever met. Short guys do just fine in the dating world that carry themselves with irrational self-confidence. Again, and is it warranted? I mean, they'll be like, because their first instinct is to challenge it. But when you stay consistent and you don't waver, because, for lack, I mean, if you need to, you're nuts. Self-confidence, warranted or not, will trigger submissive emotional responses in men. And this is how I will convey to you, because you see stunners with men that are short, men that are not attractive, men that, and they're both these things, and they're not rich, because guys always fall back. Well, he must have money. Well, most men don't have money, and they're still short, and they still will have a nice looking girl on their arm. Again, warranted or not, it triggers a submissive emotional response. And this is the way women will rationalize a man with game. Their girlfriends will say, he's different, and she'll be like, well, he's really not my type. But there's just something about him is charisma. It's game. It's where he can show up, and her friends will be charmed as well. Again, game or learned charisma overcomes so many supposed shortcomings, being short or overweight or poor, or you live in your car. There's all kinds of things that can be overcome. That is the real deal. Short guys do just fine all the time. There's too many examples to even pull from, and I try to pull pictures and post it every once in a while, but you cannot let those things stand in your way. Again, you have to move through the world without apology or excuse that you're the best thing that they're going to see all day. And if you believe it, they'll believe it. They'll get on board, and it's almost instantaneous. Kind of have to hold your frame for a little while, because they'll be testing it. But again, it's a very common question too, because I think guys that are shorter, it's absolutely essential, more important than ever, that they have game when they're moving through the world, and they'll have more success with more women and in every endeavor. You never really, it's interesting, you never hear anybody say, yeah, he's kind of short. Do you think he'll be successful in business? I mean, it really doesn't matter. And again, with women, they can't tell how tall you are. They don't know. They have horrible ability to judge height. All they want to know really most of the time, and it's not even that important, is he as tall or taller than me? And a lot of times they'll think he is, and he's actually shorter than her. That's all that matters. The girls' views get all kind of jacked up when they're turned on. And that is the real deal with being irrationally self-confident. And I do appreciate your question.